So for my experiential project, I decided to do a playthrough of the video game Apex Legends with one of my friends that's from back from Erie, PA. We were just connecting after not being online for a while. This used to be one of our favorite games to play. And, really, we just kind of lost the motion with it after some updates came out and whatnot. But we decided to get back into it. This was one of our ranked games that we were playing. We won. So for the reference of the rest of this video, I'm playing Lifeline, which in the bottom left is the bigger character. She has two abilities. One is her healing drone, which she can use on herself, and then or send it out to teammates. And then her ultimate, it kind of creates a force field and lets your teammates heal in it faster. Then my friend, Capped Epic, is playing a character known as Octane. His two abilities are he has a stim, which makes him run faster, and he also regens health over time if he's not in a fight or taking damage. And his second ability is a jump pad, which once you hit it, launches you into the air. And then you get an extra jump in the air, so you can use that to redirect yourself. And then the third person that we're with here is playing a character called Newcastle. His two abilities are he has a mobile shield, which is a see-through shield that nobody can shoot through, and he can move it around after he throws it out. It lasts for some time. I think it has about 1,000 HP. I'm not 100% sure. And then his ultimate ability is a giant wall, kind of like a castle, hence his name Newcastle. And it has an electrical wall on the outside, which can zap enemies if they get too close. And it's also just good coverage if you're in an open area. So what we've been doing for the last bit of time is we're just looting up, looking for the next engagement, getting ready for the entire game. This is the main concept of any battle royale that you're ever going to see or play. You have to loot up before you fight, as most of them aren't just going to provide you with loot and things to go fight the enemy with. So right now, if you look in the top left corner, you'll see that we are moving towards zone. You can see the blinking semi-translucent white part of the map. That's called the zone. So you always want to be in the zone. You can see round one closing right below it. That means that the zone is closing. And after some time, once that starts, and it'll reach that outer perimeter of the white, once that closes, if you are outside of that ring, you will take passive damage over and over again. It's not something that you can just avoid or stay away from. There was actually a glitch a long time ago that me and Connor, my friend that's playing Octane, did, and it kind of let you stay in Storm for a long time with a certain item. They fixed it pretty quickly though, but it was a fun experiment just to mess around with. So, oh, that's right, I forgot to mention Lifeline's passive ability, kind of like Octane's passive heal. She had her drone, she can kind of use it as a glider. So if I ever jump off of a high spot, then I can use that to get somewhere faster or really anything. This game I ran, for the most part, I believe a Spitfire and a Peacekeeper. The Spitfire is a light machine gun, so I'm able to carry it around. It has a high capacity for ammo, and it has a good fire rate, which just allows me to keep pressure on enemies. And then the Peacekeeper is a shotgun, which is going to be really useful for indoor engagements in these fights. And some of these indoor engagements, they might get to a point where they're longer range, or even if they're outside, but they're medium range, I might not be wanting to use my LMG just for lack of damage at that point. But the Peacekeeper has a function where if you hold down and aim down the sights for an extended amount of time, which isn't long, I say about a second until it reaches its max aim, it will become a more narrowed field that you can shoot instead of it being the whole spread that a shotgun normally is. What I just collected there is called an Evo Harvester. If you look in the bottom left, you will see something that says next level, and then right now it says 1,525 Evo. At the start of the game, everybody loads in with gray Evo shields. Then from gray, it goes to blue, and then from blue, it goes to purple. This season, they removed the ability to just level up to a red Evo shield. Now you have to get a specific upgrade to be able to reach that red Evo shield. But the idea of Evo is that you get it by doing damage and finding those crates around the map. Right about now, we're getting into our first engagement. We see these traps all around the ground are from a character called Caustic. He has the ability to throw gas traps that do passive damage to people that are standing in them. They'll also kind of reveal them in a sense. It's not a huge thing, but it can do a lot of damage. So you can break them to move up. That's probably what I should have done here, but I wasn't being very smart. And then I realized my teammates weren't close at all, so I wanted to wait for them. I backed up a little bit. This giant cage that just went away, that's a seer ultimate. So whenever you're moving around in that, it can sense your heartbeat and then it'll mark you on the map. Right now, that we just used was the Octane ability. And I'm going to res our teammate right here. My drone is going to revive him while I keep pressure on this Wraith that tried to dive in. I'm going to chase her because I got her to low HP. We don't want her to get away. And then I started getting shot at, so I needed to back up. Right here, Wilbro is going to revive me. Or, sorry, no, I lied. Octane, my friend Connor, is going to revive me. I was not paying attention there. I don't know how I didn't die here, honestly. I was popping a shield battery. There's multiple heals in this game. A shield battery is one that will get you back to full shield, or a shield cell will only restore one of the slots on the bottom left there. I honestly don't know how they didn't shoot me there. That was possibly the luckiest timing of my life. So after that engagement, we got away. We didn't get much more damage or any kills out of it, but we ran away after Wilbro died because we wanted to make sure we could revive him, which is what we're doing right here. This is called a respawn beacon. After grabbing his banner from his death box when he got killed, we are able to bring it to this respawn beacon. He will lose all the ammo, attachments, and things like that he has, but he will respawn with base variants of the guns he was carrying. And just having that extra teammate, even if they don't do much, just to be there is really supportive, especially because he is playing Newcastle, which is a character that can provide us cover if the end zone, which could be really small, is going to have a lot of extra cover for us. Right now we're engaging another fight after reviving him. They were all playing around this building, and little did we know, there's their teammate reviving. That's the drop ship that pops up when you revive somebody. But little did we know there was another squad moving up on us. So we finally, I believe did I get this kill? Yeah, okay. So I got that knock there. And after that, we moved in. We wanted to get everybody healed up before we continued engaging this. So after everybody kind of got back in, my friend Connor pushes in to try and secure the kills. But once the kills are secured, we thought we were safe for a point of time, had time to loot the people that we got and restore our ammo, restore our shields and everything. Right there. We thought we had a little bit of time here, so we started healing up. And then I believe right around here. Yeah, so I'm looking here, and then I hear footsteps and gunshots coming from where my friend Connor is. You can see him through the wall there. There's going to be a Wraith that's going to come around there. Yep, he starts getting shot at. There's the Wraith. He gets downed. So we're just going to spam the Wraith right now. I don't know if she has any other teammates, so I'm trying to be wary. I don't want to move around too much. I should have switched to the Peacekeeper there at first, but I switched to it now, which is going to make up for it. We get a knock, which definitely means that at least one of her teammates is alive, but I want to make sure I stay inside and heal, let my teammates take that engagement. We just got detected by a Bloodhound, though, so they know where all of us are, so I pop my ultimate so that we have a shield and we are able to heal faster, along with having better cover to play this fight. After reloading and getting a restock on all of our ammo, we want to make sure we're starting to move towards ring, and after we do, we manage to get into these buildings that we just cut to. These buildings played a massive part in our endgame. We just kind of took over there, and we're able to hold these buildings for the rest of the game as they were for the most part in the end of Circle. I also became the kill leader when I got that Watts in there, which is basically just a cosmetic. It doesn't really mean anything, but basically saying that I have the most kills in the entire lobby, which is nice bragging rights, to be simple. And then honestly, we're just going to try and keep moving around this end zone here. We don't want to get cornered. In the top right that you can see, we have gained 67 RP. 6-7. And moving on from that, you can see there is 6 squads left with 15 people. So we are one of those squads, and 3 people just passed. So now there's only 5 squads with 12 remaining people, which means there's 4 total squads that aren't us, and that means there's 9 people that aren't us. That means relatively there's 2 not full squads, and there's going to be 2 full squads if we just do the general math real quick. Or it could be split up in multiple different ways, but the general assumption is to assume maximum squads have the most people that they can. Right about now, it looks like we all have obtained purple shields. You can also see in the top right that I have done 1,166 damage to opponents. That's also just a nice cosmetic thing. It basically just says how much you've done. Right now, we're trying to move up onto this building to take it for zone, but there are people inside of it. I just got hit by a sniper, so I wanted to take cover, pop a Phoenix kit. This is the biggest healing item in the game. It allows you to heal both your health and shields at the same time, but it also takes the longest to use. Then you have shield batteries, which are honestly the most important in this game. They are able to be used the fastest, and they restore all of your shield at once. Then you have shield cells, which aren't nearly as good. They only restore one, and then syringes, which restore a small amount of health, and then med kits will restore all of your health. So after we just moved up on that squad that was above us, we took them out, which very simple, went easily. And then we have a great position here for endgame. After it's dropped down to 4 squads, we no longer get told how many people are left in the lobby, so we're left wondering if a squad that we might engage is at full people, or if there's only a few of them left. So right now, what I'm looking there, a power booster amp and an overflow heal amp, those are 2 different items that got added to the game prior to me, Connor, and I'm assuming this other third person started to play it again. And we weren't really sure what all of them did at this point because we hadn't played enough, but I believe the one I have on right now allows my shield cells and syringes to do better by healing me over time, too, after I hit one. Soon there's going to be a squad that moves up behind us. They're going to come up that staircase that I was kind of just looking at. But right now we're focusing on this squad. There's one right there. They're up on that bridge. And then we have another one that was on the rock to my right. Holding this building is going to be crucial for us. It might not seem like the best angle, but as of right, because there's limited places to shoot from and we could get taken out easily by a bunch of grenades and whatnot. But reality is people don't carry too many grenades, and also it has high ground. So even if we get forced out of here by zone, we are going to have the optimal advantage with height over our opponents since they won't be able to directly see us, and we can hide from them easier than they can hide from us. Sitting in this building, keeping position here. This is a very boring part of endgame, but it is crucial to winning. If you do not maintain good positioning and you just rush in, one death of your teammates can lead to everything falling apart. Soon, yep, right here we have some shots in the back. This is going to be another team moving up on us. I believe it is a Pathfinder. My friend Connor, he places his jump pad right there, which is going to make it a lot harder for people to get into the building because even if they do walk in, they get launched upwards and they're stuck in the ceiling for a little bit, which makes it a lot easier for us to take them out before they are able to get a better advantage on us and take our building. Making sure I stay healed up here. We just got Horizon ulted, which is kind of like a black hole. It's going to pull all of us into one center of gravity. We want to try and stay away from that, stay out of this doorway. There are only 2 doorways that these people can get in from. Right now they are on our roof, so we do want to make sure we can maintain a strategical advantage there. We will have to move up and take that ground eventually, but we want to play slowly for now. We don't want to make anything too aggressive as that could result in at least one of our deaths. There's a Pathfinder coming up this stair, though, right now. We want to make sure we get them. We don't want to let them get away with anything. They dropped back, though, and that's a Horizon util right there. That's going to propel them upwards, so that way we at least know they are coming up. There's the Pathfinder. He's going to try and get around here. Same with the Octane, but they're both going to go up there. My teammate's going to go up there as well. They're going to take out Wilbro, but we are going to get back inside. I'm going to revive him with my ability, and then afterwards we start moving. My friend took the top of it after one of them died. The opponents moved all off of our building, which was really good. Right now we're looking at another squad. They're moving into that rock, so they want to be closer to the end zone. If you look in the top left, you can see there's no longer a white circle, but rather just the orange line. That indicates that this is the final round, as it also says right below the map. Once that closes, the entire map will be engulfed in storm. So whoever has the most HP would win, theoretically, but honestly, there are very, very few games that make it to the point where there is 0 zone left, just because once you get into such a tight area, it's so hard to not get into an engagement and have somebody win. Right now, this is kind of a weird angle they have us at here. It's hard for us to see them, but at the same time, it's also hard for them to see us. They kind of have us trapped up here, but it's okay. There's multiple different ways for us to get down. That person made a mistake. They teleported up to us with the Ash ultimate, which is a one-way teleport. They were able to get out, though, unfortunately. I started moving down here because I wanted to take ground. I want to make sure I keep an angle on my opponents here. I don't want them to be able to have any idea of seeing me. And from that play, we were able to win the game and move on. After that, we just kind of celebrated. It was a great day. That was our first win of the new season, and that was pretty much it. And in the end, I'd say this game went very well. Honestly, we won it. Period. Anytime you win a game of Apex or any battle royale, it's such a gratifying feeling because there's so many other people that you have to beat. But we were able to get enough RP. I did rank up to gold 2 there, and that's the end of this video.